The last analysis video, we had said that this is a trend line resistance and Nifty will fall from this level. And in fact, there was a 100-point fall from this level. But after this, we were expecting a corrective structure, but instead we got an impulsive structure and it again broke the top. And we had said that if we get an impulsive structure, we will avoid this. The reason is that if you go to the higher chart, 1 hour, you can see that this level is also a resistance as per this trend line. This was a rejection here, there was a rejection here, and there was again a rejection here. And this is only 1 point. Now, if you compare the divergence also, you can see there is a continuous divergence from this level to this level. So any up move will not sustain because there is no momentum. Also, if you go to the daily chart, and if you know about supply and demand, this region is a strong supply zone. And if you see this, how many candles from the supply zone? 1, 2, 3, 4. So back to back 4 red candles, and that too with big bar. So that this is a very strong supply zone. And if you go to the hourly chart again, you can see there was a gap up to this zone, and this gap is known as novice gap. Novice gap means that trend is up and gap up is in the same direction. So this is known as novice gap. There is one more type of gap that is known as pro gap. Pro gap happens when the trend is up, but gap happens on the downside. If there is a gap down, then that will be a pro gap. But this is an example of novice gaps. So whenever you get a novice gap, there is a good chance price will reverse. And so there are so many confluences. One is a divergence, one is the trend line resistance, there is a novice gap, there is a supply. So always suggesting a fall. And I had also pointed out the sell signal in the group regarding Bank Nifty, because Bank Nifty was more bearish than Nifty, as if you see on the 15-minute chart, it had not broken even the lower last low, and Bank Nifty had already broken, so Bank Nifty call was given on the group. Now let us see what are the further possibilities. Now from this level, if it has to go up, it will form a structure like this. Now let me copy it. So it means that if we get a structure back-to-back green candles, this is a 15-minute chart. If you get a back-to-back green candles following by a corrective structure, then that means that we will get one more push-up, at least one more push-up. However, if you get a structure, let me show that also. If you get a structure like this, now you see there is a fall, and if you get a corrective structure like this, so it means that we will get a one follow-up for this impulse. This is a corrective structure and this is another fall. However, if you get back-to-back green candles followed by a corrective structure, then that means you will get an up move in this. Also, now if you compare the overall picture, this was a very strong supply because this is a very violent move to the downside. And if you see this upside, this looks very corrective and slow. So now this does not look as bullish at all as of now. And for a longer picture, now if this level has to be cleared on the upside for any upside, and even then you should look for a corrective structure to get formed. Once this level is cleared, you should get look for this corrective structure and then look for possible upside. And on an hourly chart also, if you get a corrective structure, then a bigger fall can come. So all possibilities are there still, and this low can also be breached. So all the possibilities are still open, and I will update all these things once more clarity is there. I have this adds value, and if any doubt, post them as a comment.